another episode of Cooking with Lawn. So I hope you guys really missed me because I missed you, and I'm so happy to be back filming another recipe for you guys. Today's video is actually being sponsored by Blue Apron, so thank you guys so much over at Blue Apron for sponsoring this video. So I'm so excited to talk to you about Blue Apron. This is actually my very first week using Blue Apron. I have been procrastinating, like ordering it for the longest time, so I'm so happy that they sent me over a box to try out, and so far so good. I actually really do love it, and I want to tell you more about my experience. So if you want to know more about my first experience with Blue Apron, here's some of my likes, some of my dislikes, then just keep on watching this video. My Blue Apron meals came delivered in this huge box, and it was waiting on my front doorstep when I got home from work. The first thing I saw when I opened up the box were all three of the recipes that they sent me on top of the foil lining. I got the oregano chicken and creamy mashed potatoes, the Calabrian chili shrimp and chickpea stew, and the last recipe I got was the sheet pan fried chicken. So plenty of recipes and plenty of varieties for dinner. I love how all of the ingredients for every single recipe came pre-packaged and pre-measured. There was also labeling for each one of the recipes, so I didn't have to worry about recognizing what ingredients went with which recipe. I really enjoyed that, and the packaging was really cute too. So as you guys saw, they sent me 3 different recipes to try out. So I've already tried out 2 of the recipes. That's the sheet pan fried chicken. That was so bomb. And then the Calabrian chili shrimp and chickpea stew. This was really good as well. I didn't know what to expect with the flavors and all the different things that they had going on, but I really like both of those recipes. So tonight, that just leaves one recipe for us to try out together. That's the oregano chicken and creamy mashed potatoes. It looks really good in the picture, and then we got some roasted carrots going on here. I'm really excited to try it out. Now this video is gonna be a little bit different because instead of me teaching you guys at home how to cook, we're actually learning how to cook one recipe together, because all of the directions on how to create the entire meal are right here on the back of this card, and this is what I'm going to be using to make this recipe tonight. So I already went ahead and did the first 2 steps on the instructions. It says to place the oven rack in the center of the oven and then preheat it to 450 degrees with a cookie sheet. So I have that cookie sheet already heating up in the oven. And then the second thing I already did was I heated a pot of salted boiling water on high, and that's the pot that you see going back there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get to peeling the carrots lengthwise and cutting them crosswise into 2-inch pieces. Now that is a complete mouthful. Full. So I'm just gonna cut the ends off of these carrots because you don't want the ends on them. And then I'm gonna cut these, I think they say into 2-inch pieces. I don't know what really 2 inches is, so I'm gonna just cut what I think is appropriate. And that's the good thing about Blue Apron. You can kind of make the recipes your own. Like, they do have a recipe card, but if you want to add something, if you want to take away something, that's the beauty of it. You can just, you know, like I said, make the recipes your own, put your own little spin on it. And then I'm gonna do what did they say? Cut it half lengthwise. So I'm gonna cut all of these carrots in half, just like this. And by the way, Henry and I, we have the individual plan. They also have a family plan. The individual plan can serve 2 people, and it's 2 servings 3 times a week. So as I mentioned, those are the 3 recipes that were sent this week. You can always go in and log into your Blue Apron account if you have like special dietary restrictions that you want to go in there and change it up, like if you're vegetarian, it works out for you as well, because you can switch the recipes for that week. You can also set the days of the week that you want your recipes to come. So they sent me 2 red potatoes, and I am supposed to medium dice the potatoes. So I'm gonna cut these lengthwise, leave the skin on, because if you guys didn't know, the skin on red potatoes is like slightly sweet and it's good to eat for mashed potatoes. Not so much like regular russet potatoes. So we'll just leave the skin on, and then it gives us some added like nutritional value as well. But yeah, I find myself like being so obsessed with Blue Apron right now. It's like ridiculous. I don't know if it's like the cute packaging that they send in, or if it's like the variety of meals that I get to try out, but I am just so obsessed with them right now. I just love everything about them so far. So I'm gonna just finish putting a medium dice on these, because these are gonna go into a pot of boiling water. Y'all, I feel so crazy reading these instructions like this. I hope this is not how y'all feel at home when y'all watching Cooking with Blonde. It is so not like me to have to follow a recipe. So I have to, let's see, place the carrot pieces on the baking sheet, and then drizzle with olive oil and season with salt and pepper. All right, and then, what is that? Arrange in an even layer on one side of the spreadsheet pan. All right. So I'm gonna arrange all of my carrots here. I haven't had carrots in a really long time. Roasted carrots, this might be a little bomb. And you know when carrots come out the oven and they just like slightly sweet and caramelized. All right, so then I'm gonna drizzle with olive oil. Ew. And then it says to season with salt and pepper as well. I'm gonna just go ahead and season these bad boys. Pat the chicken dry with a paper towel. Season on both sides with salt and pepper and oregano, and place on the other side of the sheet pan. So they sent me my chicken just like this, and I really do appreciate how they bagged up the chicken. They also put all of my meats at the bottom of the box and put all my produce and everything else on the top of the box. Because as you know, when you're storing raw meat, whether it be chicken, steak, whatever, you are always supposed to store that on the bottommost level, because you don't want any of like the chicken juices or the beef juices to drip down on the other food in your refrigerator and cause cross-contamination. So I was like, okay, Blue Apron, paying attention. So yeah, they even double bagged it. This is kind of dangerous. But this is what I mean, like the cute packaging. Like, I am a sucker for packaging. All right, supposed to be 2 chicken breasts in here. Oh my gosh, I didn't even open it. All right, there we go. Let me go get a paper towel so that I can pat the chicken dry. And if you don't already know, you're not supposed to rinse off chicken. That's how you cause cross-contamination. It can just like splatter on your sink and on other things in your sink. So always just pat your chicken dry. I'm gonna season with salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of seasoning, just because, you know, we gotta make sure our chicken is seasoned. There's that. Little bit of garlic. All right, I'm going to take out the oregano. Let me try to find the oregano. What is this? Olives, capers, vinegar. Found the oregano. All right, let's see. Like, look at this, y'all. Like, is anybody else a sucker for packaging? I love it. So then I'm just going to, if I can get my hands in here, sprinkle this with the oregano. Oregano has a pretty like earthy taste, so I'm not quite sure how this is going to taste. I've never put like oregano on my chicken. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna put the chicken on the other side of the sheet pan. I'm just gonna drizzle it with olive oil first. And then I'm gonna roast it for 19 to 21 minutes until the carrots are tender. So let me go ahead and do that. Put the other side. One of the other recipes that I tried, the sheet pan chicken, was just like this, where you literally just threw everything on a sheet pan and then into the oven. There was no cleanup or anything like that. So I love when I can just do like a one pan meal. So I'm gonna throw this in the oven. That was already preheated on 450 degrees, and that's gonna roast for 19 to 21 minutes like Blue Apron told me. Ooh, I picked up the wrong card. All right, what's next? While the chicken and the carrots roast, add the diced potatoes and the smashed garlic to the pot of boiling water. So I have all my potatoes here, and I just can't, these days I cannot get with fresh garlic. I don't feel like peeling this. I don't feel like smashing this. So I'm gonna add some of my jarred garlic, which I used to be so against, but I'm gonna add it right to the boiling water. So there's this like olive relish that's gonna go on top of the chicken that I'm very excited about. And it says, while the potatoes cook, use the flat side of your knife, smash the olives, remove and discard the pits, then roughly chop. Then roughly chop the capers and the peppers. So I got these huge olives here, again in the cute packaging. And it says, now I've never pitted olives before, so this is gonna be interesting. It says to smash with the back. Oh my gosh. What in the, using the flat side of your knife, smash the olives. What do they mean smash? What the, man, I ain't smashing these. What do they mean smash? It's not coming. Hold up. It says to smash, but it's not really coming apart when you smash it. I have never pitted an olive before. So now I'm gonna roughly chop these. These taste good. Let me taste one. You know what? I love olives. I love olives on my pizza, so I should have known I was gonna like this. And it's not too briny either. So I got all these olives chopped up, and I'm gonna just add them to this little bowl that I got here. And a rough chop is not, you know, you're not cutting up every single one. You're kind of skipping them a little bit. It's kind of leaving some a little bit whole. So then I'm gonna add these to my bowl. Prop these up. Oh my goodness, they smell really good. With the peppers and all, I mean with the seeds and all. I'm gonna try this too. These are sweet. Those are really good. So I'm gonna pop those in there. And then it says to add half of my little, look at my little baby sherry vinegar. My little baby sherry vinegar. So I'm gonna add half of my sherry vinegar. Okay. And then a few teaspoons of olive oil. Then I'm gonna just mix all of this up. See, I love Blue Apron. This is like definitely getting me out of my comfort zone. I would never have thought to like mix these things up and put them on top of chicken. Maybe fish, but definitely not chicken. So I'm really excited to see how this entire meal is gonna turn out and how it's gonna taste when I try it at the end. So I went ahead and drained our potatoes and garlic, and then I put them back into the same pot that they were boiling in. I got a little bit of butter here. They didn't tell me to add this butter, but I'm gonna add it anyway. So I'm gonna add the butter. They also did tell me to add the Greek yogurt. Now I ain't never had no Greek yogurt in my mashed potatoes, but we're gonna try it today, okay? So I'm adding the Greek yogurt. It also mentioned to add in a few drizzles of olive oil. And then some salt and pepper. Now I don't have a potato masher because I don't usually make mashed potatoes that often, but it's definitely said in the recipe to go ahead and mash it with a fork. So that's what I'm going to do, and hopefully these come out to just be, I'm going to turn on the stove just so that, you know, it can all melt down, but hopefully these turn out to be like really creamy and rich and savory mashed potatoes. And you want to keep some lumps of the potatoes. You don't want it to be, you know, pureed or anything like that. The beauty of the mashed potatoes and using the fork is so that you can get some, you know, like big chunks of potatoes and have all that good texture. I don't know if I should try it now or if I should wait. Like, I'm excited to try it now just so I can see if I need to add anything. Everything finished cooking. I just chopped up my chicken breast and I put that olive relish on top. How do y'all think I did? I think I did a pretty decent job. Doesn't it look like the picture? I can't wait to try this. I feel like I did really, really well. Let's see. Y'all, I just got my braces tightened yesterday. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to chew this, but let's try it out and see. The chicken tastes so fresh. It's so moist. I've never roasted my chicken breast like that, but I think I'm going to start. The chicken is so juicy, and then that relish that I put on top, the juice from the relish kind of seeps into the chicken. Let's try the carrot. These carrots roasted down perfectly. They are so sweet, and then they have a little bit of tang from the salt and pepper. And then I'm gonna try these mashed potatoes. The mashed potatoes are excellent. I think they will really taste good if you like mix a little bit of the chicken and the relish with the mashed potatoes, because the potatoes are a little bit tangy from that Greek yogurt that we use, and it just gave it an amazing flavor. I'm so glad I added that butter in there. It tastes so good. So overall, I am currently loving Blue Apron. I told you guys, I am completely obsessed. I tried all 3 meals that they sent me this week, and I loved every single one of them. I think this has to be my favorite because the chicken just is so juicy and moist. I love how we put it in the oven to roast because it really changed the texture and the flavor of the chicken. I also really like the convenience of Blue Apron delivering my groceries straight to my door. I don't have to worry about going to the grocery store or bothering Henry to carry all those groceries up the stairs for me. So I am overall really, really happy with Blue Apron. And I think it's really easy to follow along with the recipe and all the different steps that they give you on this recipe card. You really need nothing else to complete the meal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe this week, as well as my review for my very first time trying Blue Apron. And if you want to try it out at home yourself, they have a huge promotion going on right now. For the entire month of April, you get 5 free meals with your first 2 weeks of orders. That is insane. That's a really huge deal. So I would definitely take advantage of it. If you guys want to sign up for Blue Apron, you can use my link down below in the description box. So thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of Cooking with Lawn. I will see you next week, same time, same place, different recipe.